Today it's just spinning. Hello, we are live. Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Leanne Kalal, and I'm a member of the numerologist team, and I am here with the fabulous Kelli Fox of astrology.tv. You can follow Kelli at astrolotv on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, so make sure you're doing that if you are not already doing that. And today, this is like the numerologist astrology TV show, and I'm excited to be here with you, Kelli, and I'm excited to learn more about how we have Virgo going into Venus, love planet Venus, and what that means. And I know last week we had a full moon and Mercury retrograde is coming up. We're also still in Mars retrograde, and all I know is that I'm feeling it. I don't know what it is, but this week just seems like everything's flowing, but it's slow and heavy. So I'm very curious to know, is this just me, or is this something to do with what's going on up in the sky?
Hi, Leanne, and hi, Lorraine, and hi, everyone. And no, it is definitely not just you.
Yes.
Today I want to talk about love planet Venus, love and money planet Venus moving, well, actually last Friday it moved into Virgo, but I want to talk about it today because there are some incredible aspects it's making in October before it moves into Libra, and I'm really excited about that. But before I do that, Leanne, I want to talk about the shadow of the Mercury retrograde, which I am feeling so strongly that I'm over it and it hasn't even begun yet. So
that's what I'm feeling as well.
I know, right? So Mercury's planet of the mind, it's planet of communication, and it's turning retrograde for the final time of 2020 next Tuesday, the 13th. And so it'll be retrograde for 3 weeks, but we are in the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde. And this one's going to be a doozy because it's in Scorpio. So what that means is that nothing will fly under the radar, nothing. Everything will come out. Dirty laundry will be exposed, be it ours, be it someone else's, be it wherever. So it's like everything will be revealed at this time. So yes, I was about to say, where's that sound effect? So we're building and we're building. And this Mercury retrograde, it retrogrades back into Libra as well. And so Libra represents the justice system and, things being fair and balanced. Once the dirt is revealed or once the dirt has been dug, I think is probably one way to say it. So yes, I can see Mark's. Hi, Mark. I can see the comment there, OMG. Yeah, totally. So that's that out of the way. And as you said, Leanne, Mars is still retrograde. There's nothing we can do about that. We just have to persevere. Mars is retrograde in its very favorite sign of Aries. And so there's some frustration there about wanting to sort of move full steam ahead, but we can't, particularly if you're a cardinal sign or you have any planets in the cardinal signs, and that's Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. But today, I want to share the good news with Venus in Virgo. Now, normally that's not great news, Venus in Virgo, because the planets have their favorite signs and their least favorite signs. And Venus does not like to be hooked up with Virgo. It just doesn't. Venus in Virgo is in its fall. That's FALL. And so when Venus is in Virgo, it's in its fall. It means that it just doesn't like that sign. But in October this month, we have so many fantastic angles and aspects to this from Venus in Virgo to Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. That's really, really like turbocharging the energy of Venus. So this is incredible. It's incredible. And if you're an earth sign, and that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, ooh la la. That's all I have to say, ooh la la. Because this energy of Venus in Virgo is really sensual. It's sensual. It will become seductive in a good way because it's making these like really great angles to Jupiter and Pluto and Uranus. But here's the thing. We don't have to wait until the week of the 18th, 2 weeks. We can start experiencing this Venus in Virgo energy this weekend because Venus is forming this incredible trine to Uranus, planet of surprises and the unexpected. There's the da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
So,
that's an exciting one.
I know. I feel excited when I'm talking about it.
I do too. I feel like there's some good excitement there. Like it's not a scary do, but like,
no, exactly. And the other thing this Venus in Virgo is doing is it's forming an opposition to Neptune in Pisces. So normally oppositions are sort of like, meh, but in this case, it's all good because, you know, Venus and Neptune together, regardless of the angle, are like that romantic, dreamy clouds and unicorns and rainbows and kittens. And, you know, I'm feeling it as I'm saying it. I'm feeling a bit not like inebriated with the romantic overtones of Venus and Neptune. I can't think of any other sort of flowery way to say it, but you know, even that, which is, you know, an opposition is a hard angle, but it's like even that isn't so bad. So okay, let me break it down, and I'll do it like I'll take it step by step, and then I'll whiz through each of the zodiac signs on how we can best utilize the Venus in Virgo energy.
perfect.
So Venus in Virgo. So as I said, Venus is a planet of love and money, and it's all romantic and beautiful and socialization and friendships. And, you know, it's the very feminine. It's the epitome of the feminine energy. And then we've got Virgo, which is very, you know, methodical and practical and grounded. Now, the shadow side of Virgo is it seeks perfection. So that's why Venus doesn't really like Virgo normally. This month it really does like Virgo, but normally, not so much. So that's because, you know, with that perfectionistic streak that Virgo is renowned for, Venus doesn't like that. Venus is very much about, you know, clouds, fluffy clouds, or pink fluffy clouds and rainbows and, you know, everything beautiful. So those two don't really sort of gel together for that reason. So that's why you'll hear that Venus is in its fall when it's in Virgo. So, and Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and its second favorite is Pisces. So all of those energies go really well with Venus, and Virgo not so much. So when you put all those together, Venus in Virgo, and if you have that in your natal chart, you will know what I mean. Or if you know of someone that has Venus in Virgo, you will definitely know what I'm talking about. It's all about nitpicky and you know, the Venus in Virgo energy comes across as being critical, but it's not criticism, it's seeking perfection. So there is a difference that the other signs don't fully understand around Virgo. It's like, it's not criticism, it's making something better, making it more efficient. And that's what Venus in Virgo energy is about, particularly when the focus is on relationships, which it is because it's Venus. So it's all about making things better when it comes to your relationship. And, you know, if the other signs take that as criticism, that's really not the intention. So, and it's very much about paying attention to the small things, you know, being humble, you know, count your blessings for the small things and the humble things in life. And so that's going to become more apparent this month because of these really great angles that Venus in Virgo is making to Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. So it's very much about look at the structures around you and how can you improve those things to make life better? You know, how can you be of support or service to the people you love, not just your partner, but, you know, the people you love. So that's what Venus in Virgo energy is all about and is going to happen this month. Now, as I said, what we've got to look forward to is this weekend, and I feel really excited when I say that because Venus in Virgo is forming this incredible trine to Uranus, planet of the unexpected. And in this case, it's in a good way because, you know, the unexpected could actually go either way. But in this instance, it's a good thing. And it's all about sensuality. It's all about, you might surprise yourself, or your partner might surprise you, or if you're single and you're looking, get online, get onto those dating sites. Don't waste a minute of time. And really, you know, my words of encouragement would be, have a list of what you're looking for, because Virgo loves lists. It's all about to-do lists. It's all about criteria. It's all about being practical and methodical when it comes to matters of the heart. And that's single, coupled, or complicated, whatever your relationship status may be, it doesn't matter. This is all about, thank you, Leanne, for getting pen in hand and paper. Do what Leanne's doing. So it's like, make a list and prioritize that list. And, you know, normally the rest of us would be sort of like poo-pooing that and saying, oh, you know, matters of the heart and romance, as if I'm going to start making lists. But you might actually surprise yourself, because this is the time to do it. And once you get those ideas out on paper and you actually can get to see it, now this is the reality or the realism of these earthy energies of October, because we do have a lot of planets in earth signs, and that's what it sort of boils down to. And, you know, that earthy energy is very sensual. It's very, as I said, seductive. It's very tactile. So in other words, touch or engaging the senses is going to be crucial this month. It really is. So with Venus forming a trine to Uranus, it's expect the unexpected. If you're single and looking, then try someone that normally isn't your type. Now, I can't say that in uppercase enough. And so it's like, you know, you think you have a certain type, you're looking, and I said, have your to-do list or have your list of criteria of what you're looking for. Even if you're in a relationship, you know, relationships can always be improved. There's always room for improvement, because as humans, we're here to evolve and grow. And if we're in a relationship, we're evolving and growing together, or that's the idea of it. So, you know, like, there's always room for improvement for all of us. So what is it? What areas of life would you like to improve on, regardless of, you know, single, coupled, or what have you? So this weekend, you know, be open to stepping outside the lines, you know, be open to moving out of your comfort zone, even if it's just putting your little baby toe outside of that line. You know, that's the first step. That's the first step, because you just don't know until you try. And, you know, so many of us, particularly this year, Leanne, you know, so many of us have got fear of the unknown. I mean, and look how far we've come, regardless of how hard it's been and, you know, the challenges of the year. It's like, it's time just to have a little peek from outside of, you know, the curtain or whatever. But it's not time to take action, because, you know, Mars is still retrograde. So Mars is the planet of action. But what it is, it's a time to sort of get back into our bodies. You know, start with us first, and self-care, because Venus in Virgo is about self-care. It's about taking care of ourselves and our routines and our daily lives first. It's about not worrying. It's about being mindful of the small stuff. You know, it's paying attention to the details, and then it will filter out to our closest relationships, and then outside of that. So we might be surprised this weekend when Venus forms a trine to Uranus. It's expect the unexpected in a good way when it comes to matters of the heart. And then on the 18th, we've got Venus opposing Neptune. So that's in a couple of weeks. And that's the dreamy, what I said before, it's all the dreamy, romantic. It's not grounded in reality typically, but because of all the aspects that follow that week after this Venus-Neptune opposition, it's actually a really good It's when practicality comes together with dreams and big ideals when it comes to what we want with, when it comes to emotions and heart stuff. And then the aspect I'm really, now the week of the 19th, which is just 2 weeks, Venus trine Jupiter is probably one of the best aspects that there is in astrology. Now, Venus, the planet of love, coming together in an angle with Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune. So it's like, what's not to love about that? Now, remember, Venus is the planet of love and money. So it's like an excess, because, the shadow side of Jupiter is excess, but really because it's a trine, I'm only using the positive words. And so that's very much about, luck and good fortune, hope and optimism. And I'm standing up when I say it, and I'm feeling so great I could take on the world because I'm so happy and feeling happy-go-lucky. So Venus trine Jupiter on the 19th. And it is a Monday on top of that. So it's like, it's a fantastic energy. So, and again, particularly if you're an earth sign, you have planets in earth signs, that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But really, it's for everyone. And then on that Monday, the 20th, right, that's the Venus-Jupiter trine. And then on the Wednesday, we've got Venus trine Pluto. And I just want to say, what is a G-rated word I can say here with that one? Sizzling. I said seductive before, and I just want to go, what's the word when you go, whoa, well, do that? Like
coming to mind, like, I know, I'm not sure what the best way word
it's not just ooh la la, it's like it's what you say,
tamale,
hot tamale, but hot tamale, ooh la la. I need that word and it's escaping me. And it's like obsession, but in a good way, because to me that has negative connotations. But it's like Venus trine Pluto, OMG. I think that's what Mark just said before, OMG about something else. But it's like, wow-wee. Venus trine Pluto is sizzling and seductive and sensual, because those two planets are in earth signs. So that's Wednesday the 21st. And then the final Venus aspect that we have while it's in Virgo is Saturday the 24th, and that's Venus trine Saturn. And Venus trine Saturn is quite a long-term, serious, it's not somber, it's more rewards are guaranteed. Okay, I'll use that word. Rewards are guaranteed if you put the hard work into your relationship. Or, as a professional astrologer over the decades, I've picked many, 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 many wedding dates. So people will come to me and they'll say, what's a good day to get married? So I look at a lot of different things. And so one thing, if you could say to me, okay, what are the aspects that are really good when someone wants to get married? Venus trine Saturn would be one of them. Actually, all those aspects for that week are aspects I would pick for a wedding date. So that week out of the whole year, which I know the whole year, the bar is low picking a good week, for 2020. But this week is incredible when it comes to romance. And I normally wouldn't say, Venus in Virgo would be great for getting married or making a commitment or whatever it is. But in this case, it is, because it is being supported by Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto. So we've got all the combination of these things with Venus in Virgo, and it really is amazing. So I'm very happy to report that, and here's the other thing, on the 27th of October, Venus then moves into Libra. So Venus rules Libra. So Venus is normally really stoked to be in Libra, but, the few weeks after that, it's forming some really tough angles to these same planets. So here you have Venus in Virgo, which it doesn't normally like, making some mind-blowing angles to Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. And then on the other hand, Venus really loves Libra, and it's going to be forming some really super tough angles to these exact same planets. It's topsy-turvy. It's like it's representative of 2020 in some ways. It's like here we have this energy that's not normally good, but suddenly we can create something amazing from it. I know when nobody is at that point quite yet, but it's sort of like it's upside down and around in a lot of ways. So that's why I'm sort of like going, oh, as Mark said, OMG, I can't believe, like what's going on here with these energies. It's quite surprising. So if anybody is getting married, and I have heard of a couple getting married this weekend with the Venus-Uranus trine. If anyone's getting married, and I know we need more time than just a couple of weeks, the week of October 19th, 2020 is the time to do it. I know, nothing like short notice, right, Leanne?
I was thinking, I'm like,
I know. Or making a commitment. And I'm not just talking about, I mean, taking something to the next level, single, coupled, whatever it is. So just to whiz through really fast, because I know we're running out of time, what Venus in Virgo means for each of the zodiac signs. So if you're an Aries, take care of yourself. It's important to really look at the smaller details, and it's important to slow down and smell the roses, because Mars is your ruling planet and Mars is currently retrograde, so you're forced to slow down anyway. You may as well make the most of it, Aries. As frustrating as it has been, it's just another lesson. It's just another lesson in a really karmic year that we're having. Now, Taurus, for you, this is incredible. This is mind-blowing for you because, Venus is in a fellow Earth sign, and then it's hooking up with all these outer planets in Earth signs. This is incredible for you. You are so fortunate, and you really should make the most of this. Now, Gemini, for you, I don't really want to talk about Venus in Virgo for you. What I really want to talk about to you, Gemini, is your ruling planet Mercury will be turning retrograde next week, and in a sign that's not really compatible with yours. So what this means is, regardless if it's in your romantic relationships or any other relationship, be careful with communication, because someone might call you out about something. So whatever you do or say, make sure it's definitely fact-based. Cancer, for you with Venus in Virgo, it's a very nice energy, and it's a reprieve, and it's something that you really do need, because you really have been pushed around by these outer planets, particularly this year. And this is a moment that you can take for yourself and really just hold it there, and make sure you surround yourself with the people that love you and whom you love as well. And there's a lot of stuff from the past that you can communicate with the people you trust. Leo, for you with this Venus in Virgo, it's definitely about your values, and it's going to be what matters to you, what is important to you at this time. And what's going to be called upon you this month is to really look at something for the long term. How sustainable is something, and how much have you taken care of something for it to sustain you for the long term, be it a relationship or anything financial or otherwise. Now, Virgo, wowee, lucky you. So you've got love planet Venus in your sign, making these incredibly breathtaking angles to the outer planets in other Earth signs. You are one lucky duck. So make the most of that, Virgo. And you know what? My words of wisdom to you is, don't overanalyze anything. I think my advice to you, because your Mercury is your ruling planet and it will be retrograde, just shut it. keep your mouth shut and just go with the feeling and don't analyze. Libra, for you. So what's happening for you is there is a new moon for you on the 16th of this month, and it's right in this whole dreamy Venus period. And so this helps you to trust your intuition and listen to your instincts, and just know that maybe something's not ready to come about yet because, Mars is in your opposite sign and it's retrograde. So other people, there might be certain situations that you're still dealing with, and other people are not quite at the table like you are just yet. Change is coming, most definitely. You'll just have to be patient. And then Scorpio, for you, what's coming up is, Mercury, planet of communication, is retrograde in your sign. So many of you, particularly if you're born, let me have a look here, particularly if you're born the first half of Scorpio, you may be called upon to explain yourself in some ways. Now, this Venus in Virgo will help you, and a friend will help you in some ways, but you need to own your stuff. This is not a time for sort of shirking something. This is a time for sort of embracing something, as challenging as it may be. And then Sagittarius, for you, Venus in Virgo, it's an energy that is not very comfortable. Sag, you're someone that just dives straight in at the deep end. So with Venus in Virgo at this time, it's very much about slowing you down a bit and having you smell the roses. It's having you take baby steps instead of giant leaps ahead. So if you're single, you might find that you've slowed down a bit, especially with this Mars retrograde, that you're slowing down a little bit, but that's a good thing. You might not know that straight up, but as time goes on, you'll start to perhaps appreciate the smaller things. And if you're single and, you're dating or whatever it is, it's like, don't sort of dismiss somebody that doesn't sort of have the same philosophical values as you straight up. Take a minute to really think through who's in front of you. Now, Capricorn, for you, again, another earth sign. Lucky you, and you deserve this. You absolutely deserve the grounded sensuality that's coming your way this month. So make the most of it, because you really have been tested. You don't need me to tell you that, but you really have been tested these past couple of years. And, this brings you a reprieve, and it's okay to take a bit of a moment for yourself, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you, what's happening with Venus in Virgo, it's very much about things might rise to the surface that you hadn't anticipated. And be very careful with communication, because what you say, your words hold power, and what you say may come back to you. It might already be coming back to you with the Mercury retrograde, but with the Venus in Virgo, details will be extremely important. And then finally for Pisces, this is a really, really sweet, nice energy. Venus is in your opposite sign, and so other people are showing you some love. So make the most of that. And then, with Venus opposite Neptune on the 18th, that really ties into, your sign. And so it's very much about finding compromise and finding a balance. And know whatever you give out this month from the heart will come back to you in spades, will come back to you amplified, because, Venus being in your opposite sign, remember, anytime there's something that's opposite, it is like a mirror. It's like a boomerang effect. So this is a really, really nice energy for you, Pisces.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing everything that you did. I took a lot of notes today. That was so informative, going over Virgo and Venus. And there's a lot of other, it's so interesting, all of the different trines and aspects.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on in October. So thank you for sharing. And everyone who's tuning in today, in the comment section, you will see that I've added a link, so you can click directly on that link. Kelli is offering a free romantic profile, so go make sure you check that out. And then the one thing that I want to put on here is the newsletter. So in addition to the free forecast, you can actually join Kelli's newsletter at astrology.tv/newsletter or newsletters. Either one works, but make sure you get on that list so you stay up to date with everything that Kelli has to share. She does other live events as well that are more private than this. So get on the list to find out the details. There's a lot of great stuff coming up. Kelli, thank you so much, and I'm excited to chat next week.
Thank you, Leanne. Thanks for having me on, and see you all next week. And what are we talking about? The new moon.
I know, I'm excited.
Bye.